good weather. We wanted to dive more into like some business topics and just share more with you guys about like how we stay organized doing the things that we do on the road, because sometimes it can get kind of complicated. All the things that we have to do, as well as being parents and just being present for each other. And
we're not
life.
the exception.
Yeah.
Life gets complicated for everybody. I bet you could probably name 25 different things off the top of your head that you need to get done either today, tomorrow, or this week. I've been really interested in bringing in more like entrepreneurship type topics to talk about with you guys. I'm still like on the fence. I'm not sure how interested you guys are actually into that kind of stuff. It's something that I'm interested in and I'd love to talk more about.
And especially since we've like all had our opportunities to run our own businesses. Like I had Moonflower Child for the longest time. Justin does B2B apiary still, and together we have Red Pepper Productions, which is like the umbrella for our YouTube channel, our Patreon.
And it's a big part of our life. I mean, for us, these businesses are our way of life, and they take up so much of our time and focus. Not in a bad way, in a good way, because we love it and we're enjoying it and we're learning how to be better entrepreneurs and better leaders. Self-sufficient. So that we don't have to ever go and work for the man. You guys might have seen the videos way back in the day when I was working for the man, doing research, working for different companies, and it was a great experience. I'll never do it again.
Yeah, I never worked for the man per se, but I did my fair share of working for all kinds of things. I did stuff in retail. I was a pizza delivery girl. I was a preschool teacher. I've been a babysitter. And then I kind of was always doing that whilst running my business. So now that we're basically full-time doing our own thing, it's just been so beneficial to have a good system that works for both of us, to be organized and time efficient and productive and like more organized so that we can communicate together and all that kind of stuff. So we're super grateful today to share with you that this video is sponsored by Notion. And Notion is an amazing platform that allows you to really get organized with your life, all on your computer as well as your phone. So it's easy to kind of be on the go and traveling, and you don't need like books and papers and all kinds of supplies to stay organized.
You can use it for your personal life or your business life. For us, we'll show you some of the screen share. You'll see our personal life is completely integrated to our business life. It's like we're over here looking for a parking space in Salt Lake City, while at the same time we're working on like a Patreon relaunch.
Yeah.
Okay, so wanted to hop on here real quick. If you guys aren't familiar with B2B Apiary, it's a business. We're based in North Carolina, and really our goal is to like educate and advocate for our pollinators. What we do is we install beehives right in your backyard, and we use those beehives as living laboratory. We maintain them once a month, and the folks who are hosting them come and join us, and we teach them and create this really fun and safe environment where people can come and learn more about the beauty and art that is beekeeping. We've got a lot of different things that we need to keep up with and stay organized on. There's a team of 3 of us, and it's probably a month or 2 ago, just started using Notion to keep up with a lot of our stuff, for lack of a better word, of which I'm going to show you. And so this is our homepage on the Notion platform. When you go up here, you can see I use it for B2B Apiary, but Juby and I use it for our Justin and Juby business as well. And so it's easy to switch back and forth between the two, just like that. You can see we've laid it out pretty simply. Design, we have, our command center, which is mostly beekeeping related items. We have our team member logs, which includes hours and mileage, marketing, which includes press, handbook, blog post ideas, and then a variety of other things. We're continually just adding on to this when we realize that something can be stored in Notion and just make it a lot easier and more streamlined for us to access stuff. When you are starting with your Notion page, the beauty of it is it's like a blank slate. It's a canvas, and you can design it whichever way you want. You have these little plus signs here. All you have to do if you want to add something is you start with the plus sign, and it gives you these different blocks that you can use. If you guys have ever ever used Squarespace or a website editor, it's kind of similar. You can do anything like an emoji, obviously, or you can even create a table or a gallery, lists, calendars. A lot of times we'll use, for example, inventory. We'll go and look at that. We have a gallery view here, and we have pictures of all of the inventory items that we keep. We can keep inventory quickly and easily and update it as a team. You can just click on an item to figure out how much we have and where, or you can even switch to a default view, which is more like a spreadsheet. Here we have a list of materials that we use within our beekeeping program and how many we have and in what location and when the last date we updated that number was. And then here is our grand total of how much we have of each one of those inventories. We can also use it for keeping documents. So we've been working on creating a handbook, and so within this we have things we'd like to include, and then we also have processes. So these are some of our processes, which are just documents that we house together in one place. So how to create a queen castle, you can click on that, and then there that'll take you to our breakdown of how you create a queen castle. If I start talking beekeeping, I'll keep you guys here for days. But accessing it is super easy. And then if I want to go back to the home page, I just come over here and boom. It's pretty new for us so far, and we're starting to get a good understanding of how it works and how to use it efficiently. But man, it's huge for us. It's been an immense tool so far in just the past 2 months, and so I'm excited to see the different ways we can use it moving on in the next few months and then the next few years. Anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a quick walkthrough of how we use it in Budaby, and I'll let Juby take it from here.
I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of the Notion that Justin and I use for our business, as well as how I've used Notion just for some personal things that I'm keeping track of, and that I want to have documented for years to come. Normally my pages kind of come up looking a little like this. I have all my favorite pages listed at the top. So I have a week to do calendar Monday through Friday. Normally I do not film or do work on Saturdays and Sundays, so I try and always keep that kind of open, but if necessary I can do that. I have things that are big projects that I'm working on for work things. I also have a personal version that's just things like keeping the plants watered, and weekly reminders that are just little things that keep me on track, making sure that I'm taking care of myself and the things that I know that I need. If anyone is like me, when you have a kid, your memory, well, my memory in general, even without the kid, is pretty bad, but it definitely helps to write everything down. I'm in really bad signal right now, but there is an epic picture that pops up down here. Something that's really cool about Notion is that you can really customize your pages, and it links to Unsplash, which is an epic selection of free range photos, there they goes, that you can use for backgrounds or any type of added ambiance that you want, and you can search for literally anything and find it. Each week, Justin and I go over some meeting topics to do with our Red Pepper Productions business, everything to do with YouTube, sponsorships, and any other collaborations or future products that we're working to create or do. And then this is kind of a beast out on its own. It's what we call our content calendar. It helps us keep track of when videos are going live, when we are filming. And what's really cool about Notion is you can kind of switch the different views, so you can see when we're filming what, and then it'll show you when it's being launched on this other calendar. And then to help now keep Tara on track, who is going to be editing our videos, we have deadlines. You can also see it in a status kind of format, which shows you what we're working on filming, what's in review, and all this kind of stuff. You can have as many columns as you want. When you click on each one, it takes you to an individual page, which is super helpful, that you can just have endless pages within pages within pages. So here, this is a great link to download the document for any type of campaign that they're going to be running. These are also pages that are separate, but within this entire database to just kind of look over. I created these so I could stay on track of my editing, and so it's a massive to-do list of things that I kind of go through as I'm working on an edit. You can also do table view. There's a ton of different views for specific pages. There might be some that are more appropriate than others, so you just kind of have to make it what you need it to be, which is what's really great about Notion, is that it's completely malleable into whatever you need it to be. When you come to the homepage for our business, through with the different content platforms that we post on, certain goals that we might have, anything for the team to reference, we put our entire process to hire an editor within Notion. You can basically link pages. For example, you can just have it like this. Still learning how to use Notion. It's such a huge platform that it's kind of tricky to navigate, but once you get the swing of things, it comes pretty easy, and you keep learning and evolving as your database is going to be growing with you. But anyways, that's a little bit on our business platform. There's also things that we need to review, and our marketing strategy and quotes, things that we like to incorporate in our brand. So for my personal page, I've kind of decorated it creatively. I just like having a lot of images just to kind of customize it. So I have my weekly shenanigans, that's that spreadsheet that we talked about earlier. And then future travel plans, maybe listing destinations, things that I want to go visit, whether we have bought the tickets. You can decide if you're planning. Again, each page will open, and you can have as much or as little information within here as you want. You can add any of those blocks, all kinds of cool stuff that you can do literally to customize it and make it your own. And then under my life goals here, I've got a bucket list. These are all things that I would love to accomplish at some point, and then I have them right now in list view, but when you have it under gallery view, I was in my free time working on putting some pictures in here just to help keep me inspired and create more of a motivation to actually accomplish those things. I have a wish list, one for me and Justin, Azalea. I'm going to keep adding more just to keep track of things throughout the year. If I'm ever thinking about family members and someone mentions something that would be fun for them to have for Christmas or their birthday, I just add it there. These are just a few goals that I like to have in mind. Still work in progress. This I picked up for about a week to try and keep up with a habit of keeping up with my habits, but that's definitely tricky to do and keep up with each and every day, but I like the idea. I'm going to start documenting books and make note of what I'm reading and what I'm working on, just to keep track of that, make any suggestions to other people. Got challenges here, things that come to mind that I'm that would be a fun experience to challenge myself, and maybe document what experiences I had with that. And also, I'm sorry you cannot see what I'm doing up here because I only screen recording a portion of it, but there's just a back arrow up here that you can kind of go back and forth from. Gratitude journal, normally I do this on actual paper, but I thought it might be nice to have this as an option. As well as here, I'm working on tracking some of my dreams just to look back. It helps me in the moment whenever I'm talking with my therapist to just see what kind of correlations I can find in my dreams. If ever there's some that I'm not sure what they mean, it's nice to just have them written down. And then lastly, just sort of a 5-year plan, just thoughts, making notes of things that I would love to incorporate into the next 5 years of life. Whether or not I accomplish them is just sort of like a brain dump. I'm just putting everything here. So I have a private and a public sort of workspace. This one is shared. I have a Notion that's with 2 people. And the other thing that's super cool is within YouTube channel, this page within a page within a page. All these underlines are pages. I made an entire page of pages for our editor Tara to kind of dig through, to have access, see the weekly notes and access to the websites that we have, go through the editing checklist, know who our current sponsors are. All this information is all here, and she also has a really great way to keep track of her hours and organize all her information that she needs for her position. So that's cool that you can include that there. I also have a content calendar that I incorporated into her page, and I've filtered it so that the type of content is strictly video, because she doesn't need to worry about anything to do with any of the other platforms that we're working on. And the way that I've shared it is by going up into this share tab, and you can invite someone by email and make them have full access or editing access, commenting access, or simply viewing access. So that's super helpful. So right now Tara is a guest within our Notion, so that allows me to give her access to these specific pages within this entire database. So that's pretty cool that you can work as a team, be remote, and have access to certain pages within our Notion for work. Anyways, maybe it can help you find more organization and setting goals, and it's nice to have everything all in one place. Hope this was helpful. A little snippet into our lives and how we organize our business. Alrighty, over and out.
Organization is important. We have one child, and we're sitting here losing our minds. I know there's a bunch of you with more than one kid. You're probably trying to figure out how to organize your life. Maybe, probably. Notion's probably a good call if you're into that kind of thing, if you're looking into it. You know, a lot of people are also old school, kind of like Juby was, and just write stuff down. It's got a great vibe.
You can change the text to
it.
be more old looking, so it's more like typewriter style, and you can kind of organize it so that it's, you know, how you would write it on paper.
Point being is, like, whether you got a business or whether you're just trying to manage your personal life, or whether you're trying to do both. I've used a lot of the competitors like Asana, Slack, and a variety of other organizers, calendars, to-do lists, and I was a bit hesitant to jump on board with this one. Juby took lead on this project, dove in, designed a platform that made sense for us. I started testing it, and I'm in love with it. And like I said, we integrated it into the B2B apiary business, and it's just, the options are unbelievable. And we brought it into B2B apiary for one particular reason, and now it's like 5 or 6 reasons we use it. It's pretty cool. It's pretty freaking cool. Using it for like a month and a half, I speak highly of it, and it helps us to stay sane, and it helps us to accomplish our bigger goals, and helps us to be better people and do the things that we want to do. And this may be a long shot and sound super cheesy, but it helps us live our dreams. If you want to live your dreams.
God, babe. If you are curious though, you can go ahead and click the link in the description and check out Notion, give it a go and see if you like it and if it fits your like daily routines, your organization style. That's another thing, if like you aren't creative in creating a layout, you can find templates and download them and have it already in here so that you can just plug in the information that you want. So if you're not trying to build it out, you can just download some, which is pretty sweet.
That would probably be me. I know what you're thinking too. You're probably tired. You're probably burnt out. It's the next new app. It's the next new organization prioritizing
Actually,
thing.
it's been around for a while. So if you are just an individual, a person, you can get Notion for $0.
If you're a human, you get it for free.
Free for individuals. You get unlimited pages and blogs. You can share it with 5 guests.
Point being, it's really affordable. So, anyway, give it a try. Let us know what you think. And also, I think even more importantly, what I really want to know is how interested are you guys in these entrepreneurial topics?
Yeah, we've done some sit down and talk to you guys about stuff videos, but like we haven't really done too much entrepreneurial stuff, and wondering if maybe that's something that would be more better for the blog as opposed to a video.
Yeah, I'm curious because it's something that I love, I'm into, but if you guys aren't into it, I don't want to be blabbing on about like, this is how you run a business. Point being is, let us know in the comments what you think about entrepreneurial topics. If you have particular entrepreneurial topics you're interested in, put them down there. And otherwise,
yeah, we hope you just enjoyed this video and learned a little bit more about how we organize and everything. And I guess we'll see you next week for our final